Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. It's Mark. Well, I know nobody's on right now because I don't see a single person on the little person icon. Anyway, I'm going to talk anyway. I'm driving into town. It's not that big of a drive, but I got to do it. So, like it says in the headline there, updates. What's been going on? You guys, I've been focused on work quite a bit, and honestly, the fishing's been terrible for me. I finally had a decent couple days last week. I didn't feel real well, so I didn't do a whole lot later on in the week, but it's improving. I'm shifting gears. Fishing is back to being the priority. That's the position I'm in. So we're going to refocus on all of that. Also, our lake got blown out. Bull Shoals and Taneycomo. I haven't been to Table Rock, but I'm fairly certain Table Rock's a little better. But they got tore up, and there's still issues because of that, and creek arms and stuff are just loaded with timber, and some of them you can't even get in. So that's been kind of crappy for everybody, not just me, for the last couple weeks. And we have a tournament next Saturday at Taneycomo for the Forsyth High School fishing team. So Drake and I are going to do that. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully in the next week, the lake's going to clear up. My father-in-law is going to be here Sunday, they're going to be here Sunday through the middle of next week, and then they're going, Tabitha and Maggie, they're going to a wedding in Iowa. And Drake's got football. I'm going to stay home and work, and we're going to do that tournament. But it's been, it's been quite hectic. So I haven't, all these tournament USA Bassin deals, I wasn't able to have Drake with me. This last one, he had plans that weekend, so I fished solo. I managed 4 out of 5 fish for no weight. It sucked. There was a dude that caught one that weighed more than my whole bag at the very end of the day, not far from the ramp. He caught a 6 something, and my whole bag weighed like 6.5. So that was, it was all about points, and I couldn't get the 5th one. I missed some. I have a video coming out about that, you guys. I have a bunch of videos that I'm in the process of making. I have them all on cards. I needed to refocus my energy, and I had misplaced it. So we found the energy, and we're going to get that. But another big thing is fiber internet has come to my house. It's a game changer. I don't have to go out in the middle of the lake or drive to Brand, have a beer at a bar, and upload a video for a half an hour over the Wi-Fi. So I can do all of this stuff from home now, which I've waited 4 years for this. That's a long time. Especially when I had pretty good momentum doing the live thing before we moved here. And then it just became a hassle because of my signal. And it really became a hassle. And the only time I could do it was pretty much like if I was out on the lake in certain spots. And then, on days where I wanted to do it, it's so friggin' hot out that you couldn't do it very long. It just killed the camera. It just doesn't want to stay hot like that. Your camera generates a lot of heat when you're recording with it anyway. And then to throw the sun in the mix, it's over. As soon as it gets hot, it's so thankfully I'm in the process. Thankfully for the fiber. First things first. It works great. The second part of this is a place to do it in. And my office in this house is not as isolated as the old house. It's kind of it's kind of a bonus room off of our master, but it's wide open. And I just don't want to, I don't want to discomfort the family. Like, hey, you guys got to be quiet when I go do this. And I mean, I could plan it and give them tickets to go to the Ferris wheel or something, but I don't want to do that. So I've been trying to work around in the garage, but it's so hot, like right now, and it's so humid, and you just sit out there and sweat. And I don't know if anybody wants to watch that either. So I do have an air conditioner in there. It's kind of loud though. So there's the other problem, right? Like, we're trying to do this. I want to do a weekly thing. I don't know if you want to call it a podcast or whatever, but I would like to do maybe twice a week. I'd like to get with people and talk about whatever. Some people fishing, some people life. I'd love to have on some people I grew up with, and you guys could hear some of those stories. That might be good. I don't know if my internet's starting to suck. I'm look at this cliff right here. That doesn't help. This road right here is where it washed out the other day, you guys, right here. Let's see if we can look at it. Right here. All of that washed into Lake Taneycomo. And it came from the cliffside. All this water was just pouring. It was crazy. I want to say ballpark 7 inches in a couple 2-3 hours, and it just overwhelmed everything. Anyway, enough squirrel moment. Back to the podcast. So anyway, you guys, my deal is I want to do it. I want to set up a space where I can do it. Unfortunately, I don't have the scratch to build a big metal garage like I want to build. They're so expensive right now. Concrete's ridiculous. Even though I could probably do most of it myself, like pour it, have truck come in and finish it. I could probably form it and pour it myself. It would just be a daunting task for one person to finish it and not have it go to crap. Because I'm thinking 1,000 square to 1,200 square foot pad and a building that's 1,000 square feet. I'd like to have some room, like a patio come off one side of it, like with a covered area, cantilever over that. But it's money, you guys. It's all money. And it's the fact that 30 to 40% increase on just daily and insurance and life has gone up. That kind of eliminated that whole garage idea for now. So cost of living, wages are staying stale, and the cost of living is going like this. So it's kind of a bad deal, and I'm not the only one. So anyway, I definitely want to get that live feed going on again. I know everybody misses the giveaways. I don't know what my signal is right now. Can you guys hear me? I haven't heard anybody comment. It's crazy busy. It's Friday in Branson. I don't know why I'm not seeing the comments, but whoever's on here, can you give me a thumbs up and let me know you can hear me? You might not be able to hear me. I don't know. Maybe I'm driving around and you guys are like, hey, Mark, what are you talking about? All good. Thank you, Steven. All right. That's first. I mean, I don't know why. Usually oh, there we go. I see comments. Hey, what's up, Chris? All right. Yes. I'm glad you're both on here. This is something, I know you're both interested in doing this live thing. So, yeah, of course. As soon as I get set up to do this the way I think I want to do it, we're going to do this live stuff. So, there's going to be commentary on, I think there's going to be a lot of commentary on what's going on in YouTube. I think that we're going to feed off of a lot of that. And I'm not going to name any names, but I think there's a lot of people right now that are really making waves that, I think there's some value in talking about it. I think others do too. We'll find out. I mean, it could be crickets. It could be absolute crickets. But it's worth a try. And I do miss the live stuff. I do miss it a lot. And we need to get back to it. All right. I don't know. I want to shift gears here. I want to talk about trolling motors. My Minn Kota Ultrex is great. I have no issues with it in functionality. It works like I want it to. However, there's some plastic pieces and stuff that have broken that once they broke and you kind of look at it, you're like, how is that so cheap? So for instance, the neck of it where the power cables go into it has broke. The problem is the cable that you pull on sometimes can be in the wrong orientation. I mean, and it's all my fault. But sometimes you pull on it and it'll pull on that cable and put stress on that. And over time, plastic that's out in the sun and hot and cold gets brittle and breaks. So I got a broken piece there. Mind you, it doesn't stop it from working. And then where your motor deploys, there's two little pieces on the side that catch, that lock it down. And I noticed yesterday that on one side, the interior side, that plastic piece is gone. It's broken. It's sheared off. And I don't know when I don't know if I did it or the previous owner did it. I've never noticed it. The only time I've had an issue raising the motor is if like I'm stuffed in weeds and weeds get kind of in that groove. And I mean, that's understandable. But I never noticed the second little catch piece being gone. So I know I can replace the neck plastic cover thing, but I don't know about that springy piece. I gotta look it up. I just realized this yesterday. Just kind of cleaning up the boat, and I noticed it, and I was like, shoot. Like I said, it doesn't really disrupt the functionality of the motor, but if I break one more, I got a real problem. The motor will just bounce around, and there is a big difference between like going from a 55 Tarova to an 80 pound, which it's a big difference when you're like holding the motor above the weeds and you gas it. It'll shoot water all over the place. and it's got some torque to it. So like I said though, I like the Ultrex. Now if I were to get the Ultrex in a sellable condition and upgrade, what do I buy? I'm hearing all kinds of good stuff about the Lowrance motor. I don't know anything about the Garmin. I have all Garmin screens on the boat, so naturally you would think keep it all jiving together. I don't know. My problem is they're about 1,000 plus in the Minn Kota, and I like the Minn Kota. So getting me to spend 1,000 plus more dollars, what are you? I mean, what are you bringing to the table? I am not. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about all that. It's a kind of a big deal. I think that Garmin being. All right, sorry about that, folks. I'm trying to get higher up on the hill. I was taking a side road to work, and we're just gonna go ahead and head up on top of the hill, and so I can talk to you for a few more minutes. But if you can hear me, my biggest problem with Garmin is they don't. Why not build your trolling motor around forward-facing sonar on the shaft so you don't have to screw around with the install? Build some sort of a way, a system where that stuff's already in the shaft of the motor. So there's none of this Tarova bike cable business that I've gone through. I mean, is that realistic? I don't know. Everybody's put transducers in the heads of the motors. Why haven't we figured out how to put a live scope in the head of one of them? I'll bet you that's next, folks. They're trying to figure that out. What would be really cool is if you could have, I mean, this stuff catches on everything though, right? My live scope transducer catches on every weed in the lake when I go in there. So there's some days where I think I should just take it off when I'm going frogging. It would make life a lot easier. Half the crap would get stuck on the shaft as I'm going through it. So, yeah, I mean, I love the idea of keeping it all in line, Garmin, everything. I do like Garmin. I don't have a problem with it. But like I said, it's $1,000 more. So more expensive, $1,000 is still $1,000. So I don't know. I know what I'm gonna do. I just started thinking about this last night. Maybe it's time to rebuild this Minn Kota and sell it some value. I mean, it does have the remote, the digital remote. It's got the foot pedal, and like I said, it functions perfectly. It just needs some plastic bits that broke. So I don't know what I could sell it for. I mean, realistically, to sell it quick and put that money into a new trolling motor, I don't know. I'm gonna go look though. I think if I'm wrong, I could be wrong. You guys will tell me, but I want to say they're like $3,000 to $4,000 for they're like $3,000 to $4,000 for one of those new trolling motors. But anyway, there's also something, I've always wanted a Humminbird, like a 9-inch or bigger at the helm, because I think their side imaging is better. I do. I think their side imaging is just out of the box. It's amazing. And then maybe move one of my 9 inches up front with the 10-inch and use the 9-inch and just have all that tied together right up front. So I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do. We'll see. I'm in no hurry. Like I said, mine works, but it's at that point where it's gonna start losing its value on the resale market. Same thing with all these tracker boats. I mean, the couple, I know Steven and Christopher are on here, and both of them and myself all bought nitros. Uh, it was the thing to do. I mean, it's the natural progression. Um, if you're looking for more. And I was at Bass Pro 2 days ago. Would I buy another one of these? No. I would not buy another Bass Tracker Classic. Not right. No way. Not at $16,000. There are hundreds of them for sale now, all over the country, for 10 grand. Some of them with no hours. Some of these people bought them and never put them in the lake, and they're for sale for 10 grand. And I'm not talking about the Heritage. I'm talking about the Classic XLs in black and red. I saw one sell the other day in Springfield 5 with 3 hours on it. It's a smoking deal. So I've been there and I've done that, and it's a great boat by yourself. It is. It's a very capable boat. It's just, it's too slow. And in some of these tournament series, you can't even have them. You have to have 150 horse minimum. I'm at the bare minimum of, like, if I want to do the MLF, I'm at the bare minimum of what you can have at 150 horsepower, which I think is ridiculous. Like, I guess I can't even explain why there's that rule. I mean, if it was about safety, they would want you to go slower, right? So, I mean, I don't know what the rationale is other than to keep it kind of copacetic and all the boats kind of look similar. I don't know. But there are dudes out there with aluminums, but they're big ones. You know, they're 20, 21 footers with 250s on them, and they move. Those boats haul ass. I do miss the aluminum aspect of things as far as getting into real shallow water and not being too afraid of it. I learned real quick in this boat, everything you look at will scratch it. So anyway, back to the Humminbird bit. The Humminbird 9 inches are finally kind of getting to the point where you can afford one. I shouldn't say afford one. You can always buy stuff, but what I mean is, for some reason, their side imaging units, they're super proud of. I mean, and there's a reason. I like it. But they're $400 to $600 more than everybody else's 9-inch. So, you know, now they have rebates, and they're probably coming out with a Helix, whatever, the new Gen 5, so the Gen 4s are on sale. But they're all good to me. Like, Gen 4, 9-inch, no problem. I'd be happy as clam with it for what I want to do. That would require running another transducer, which I'm running out of real estate up the right side of the boat to the helm. I ran some additional power up front for future, and I've kind of clogged that artery. So I might be able to squeeze one more in there. We'd have to wait and see. But like I said, I don't know what we're gonna do. Right now, I have two 9-inch Garmin's at the helm, and they work great. So I probably just leave it alone, be the smart thing, the cheap thing, and focus more on maybe saving up some money for a new trolling motor. None of these companies have ever called and said, "Mark, we would love for you to try out our trolling motor." Much to my chagrin. But anyway, you guys, I'm almost to work. Yeah, that's where I'm going today. It's going to be a great day. If you guys ever come to Silver Dollar City, hit me up. I'll buy you lunch. And I've probably give you some tickets. I can do that. So, at any rate, you guys, like I said, I'm almost here. I just wanted to get on here. I know I've been absent, and it's tearing me up, guys. But I'm back. This whole party is back, and we're gonna go big this time. So get ready for the giveaways, the podcasts, and like I said, I got several videos lined up that are going to be coming out, and I can't wait. I want to thank you guys again, every one of you that has been here since day one and yesterday. I mean, people subscribe almost every day. You pick one up. Thank you. And for those of you that haven't subscribed, doesn't hurt. You don't get spam from me if you subscribe, and it helps. All of it helps. So you won't hear me beg a lot about it. It's not in me to do it. If you want to, do it. If you don't, I understand. So anyway, have a great day, you guys, and leave a comment regarding my thoughts on the Hummingbird and my thoughts on the trolling motor and the podcast stuff. Also, real quick, I do want to talk more than just fishing. So those of you that are paying attention right now, what do you think? Do you think I should just stick towards fishing, or should I just be open to conversations? That's kind of where I'm at. I kind of want to do everything. I kind of want to. We'll see how it goes. I mean, that's where my head's at, though. So anyway, you guys have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. I will try and go live on Sunday when I'm out at Lake X. I got some stuff I got to do, and my father-in-law, if you guys remember Frank, he'll be here Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. We're fishing, so we're looking forward to that. And you guys have a great day. Like I said, I can't wait to get back into the groove. Take it easy.